Regular meeting held December the 12th.
Motion to approve is presented.
Second.
Motion made, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Constitutional officers report. I see we have some of our officers here. Sheriff?
Chairman, thank you. I'd like to report a couple of things to you, and you're doing a good job, Donnie. I appreciate anybody that speaks where I can hear them. The new speaker system in here, I appreciate that, because I can't have here, and actually I can hear now back there. A couple of things, I wanted to give you one report on, we've just finished our first quarter on using Southern Medical Group. We contracted our medical for the jail. They started officially in the last quarter. So now we've had a full quarter with them, and the results have been excellent. Our medical costs as far as everyday needs and things are way down. A big part of that is because they supply nurses 7 days a week, and these are what I call savvy people. They're used to dealing with inmates. But bigger than that, they have the equipment. We've had one issue where one of our inmates had to have a surgery on an arm, but we know for sure they needed it because they bring x-ray equipment and things like that. It saves us from having to bother EMS to transport them and have deputies going to the hospital and back and forth. A lot of that's now being done at the jail. It saves us a lot of money. But bigger than that to me is the effectiveness of it and how efficient they are. Shane, who was our LPN, that he was 5 days a week. We have people there 7 days a week. As you may or may not know, Shane transitioned over and he's one of our uniformed deputies now. That was just a very good, everything we've seen with them so far has been excellent. And actually now they're expanding. I think they just picked up Jefferson County. We should be getting commissions off of that. A second thing that I wanted to just mention, apparently there's been a lot of controversy or misunderstanding in regard to our volunteer fire department's radio system, radio problems. I think it came up here one day, and unfortunately I don't know what name would be at that meeting. But I was invited to go to the fire board meeting, this past fire board meeting that was held end of last week. And I was able to look at the minutes of the previous meeting, which people were pretty upset. But I think a lot of that was misunderstanding because somehow, some way, it was decided that I was responsible for the radio issues. And mainly that being that some of the departments decided that they needed a tower climb for their antenna to be checked. Just to back up just a little bit, what I want to, just for your information, and Donnie, this is kind of new to you, just so you'll understand where all this is coming from and what the way I went over it with them. In 2009, January 2009, I took over as sheriff. We found out within the first weeks that our radio system, and as a sheriff, I do run the communications center, we run the base stations. And I found out then that there was a federal mandate that our radio system be narrow banded, which basically, my understanding, as simple as it may be, is that the frequencies had to be cut in half. That was an order by FCC. It came out in 2002. Nothing had been done. The deadline was 2012. If you didn't have it done by 2012, they were going to shut you down. Well, we got working on it, and the closest estimate we could get for cost was around $500,000. We didn't have $500,000. Fortunately, we had that stimulus money that came out, and we had some 1250 money that we could offer traffic tickets. We had 280,000 or so of stimulus money. The rest we used traffic ticket money. We were able to accomplish that, and the narrow banding was put into effect, which part of that was new repeater systems, but with narrow banding. And the issue with that is they told us up front it was going to affect our radio transmission of the effectiveness of it. Some places it's cut it in half, just like the frequency. And it made us a noted problem with it. We still have areas that we just cannot talk in our deputies. In doing that, we got new repeaters. That was one of the questions about the fire departments. We new repeaters for the fire departments, the sheriff's office, everybody out there that we dispatch for, the new base stations. You guys give me a budget for the communications center, which includes those employees and the center itself. And basically the infrastructure, that's the base stations. And even some of the repeaters, we have a tower on 53 South that we rent space on, it's $900 a month. We have a DOT tower at 221 and I-10 that we have a repeater on. Our main tower is the high school. The old tower at the jail is a backup. We just keep it there because it's not costing us anything for the most part. There's some repeaters in between that we're responsible for. And you budget me the money to do that. That budget, that whole center and all those things costs us almost $700,000. That includes the sheriff's office radios, all of our cars, all of the equipment that we have for the sheriff's office. Okay, it does not include EMS radios, their truck radios, and their antenna. It doesn't include road department, truck radios, and their antenna, who's also, the EMS has an antenna on that tower out there, the road department has an antenna out there, fire has an antenna out there, and I believe the school might even have some antennas. I don't know who all's got an antenna on there. I have one antenna on there, sheriff's operator, that's the one that I maintain. I don't maintain EMS, I don't maintain the fire departments, I don't maintain the road department or anybody else. I maintain my antenna. That's the one that I'm contracted with. I have a contract through Mobile Solutions, the Motorola people. If I have an issue, we call them. Once a year, we do a maintenance on our vehicles. They come down, they check all of our radios physically, handhelds, car radios. And every year, they correct a lot of problems that are going on, antenna issue, coax issue, whatever. That's the first step, and then every once in a while, they do a tower climb when they determine it. Matter of fact, we've got one that's fixing to be having to do now because we just realized we got a couple of lights out. It's against the law for us to have a tower without lights on it. I don't mind trying to get that done, but just like that, there's some new rules coming out for those lights. They're old bulbs. They may be having to be transitioned to LEDs, which is gonna cost some money. You mentioned that maybe we should share some of these costs, and that's probably what we're gonna do. We're gonna meet on that, and I may be sending some bills to all the players involved in that tower. But so far, we've never done that, but I'm responsible for the infrastructure. Somehow, some way, it got, the fire departments feel like they need a tower climb, which I have no idea, that's their business. But I'm not responsible for their tower climb. The sheriff's office does not pay for that. Now, if there's an issue at the base station, where our communications center is, okay, I'm gonna be part of that. That's all interlocked together. That all works together. We have one big room down there with all the repeaters and all the other equipment. There's a lot of money involved with that equipment. But I don't tell Lisa Jordan how to fix her radio. She has a radio in her ambulance, and she deals with that. I'm not gonna tell her how to do that, and she knows better than I do, what they need, what they don't need. And if Lonnie has a tower issue out there that he thinks he has an antenna issue, that's Lonnie's business. I'm not gonna tell him, I don't tell him how to do his truck radios or what brand to buy or anything. I have to deal with the sheriff's office. And it's the same for the volunteer fire departments. I don't tell him how to check their radios or what to do, what not to do, those types of things. And they apparently have got good advice that they need a tower climb. Okay, I don't pay for that. I don't have the money to pay for that. I mean, if y'all, that doesn't run through my budget. And that's kind of just a simple understanding of where that it got convoluted that I was the one holding up that show. The one thing that we do, we maintain the generators out there. Dennis Pitts maintains those generators out there at the tower for everybody. We don't mind doing those things. As far as authorization, I really have the technical ability to authorize anybody to climb the tower or not, although I am gonna be mindful of it, because anybody and everybody's not gonna go out there climb that tower, because if they do, they're gonna be certified and they're gonna be insured, because if they step on my antenna while they're going to check somebody else's and break it, they're gonna pay for it. And I wanna know about that, and we, you know, so, but as far as, authorizing somebody to do or not do something, we're gonna be looking at the security part of it, not who's telling who to go check a tower or antenna. So I think we got that straight. And I don't know with the county if that's gonna be Brian, or if that's, the chief, the fire chief, Chris, or who that would authorize them, or the individual fire department. I don't know, I don't try to get into that, I'm not gonna try to touch that. This is already an hour and a half meeting that I was there, we're going over this stuff. So I don't know how I believe that would be Brian's business, or y'all's business, or Brian and the chief's business to work with them, whoever is designated to do that. Or could be the individual, if they want a tower climb, they can do it, but they're gonna have to pay for it. I don't do that. I hope that it's not an oversimplification. That was a lot of several weeks and, back and forth, but the other big side of it, I think, is that there was a big lack of communication as far as those concerns. So I think they understand in the future that they would, if one of our, we normally have a representative at the meetings, but we weren't there the last meeting. And that's when a lot of this discussion was going on, so we're still gonna try to do that. So hopefully if there's something else come up that I can do or not do, I'll be able to know that. But I think there's an understanding. I wanted y'all to understand that, because I know y'all get hit with this same thing, and it actually came up in the county commission meeting a few months ago about this tower climb, and this, how long this has been going on. And I guess I didn't understand what the issue or concern or questions were. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be at that meeting. That was the first half. The second half dealt with procedures, radio procedures, and I'm sure some of you guys hear about this as a county commissioner in your district, of the volunteer fire department. We depend on the volunteer fire departments. They're very valuable. They get a lot of work, and we have this tone out procedure. There's different tones that different agencies and different departments can tone